Good morning. Welcome to this most satisfying Saturday. Let's have a day of growing and evolving with our peak state programming. Let's start. So let's have the music, please. Okay, we can start running till the time Sir has towards our goals. Keeping each goal in mind, we're running towards them, knowing we are a winner. Let's start. Yes. I'm a winner. Ah, wonderful. Left leg in the front, right in the back, and let's run. Yes. Each one of us is a winner for life, and so it is. All right. Let's have a reader for the day and let's have a first book, Mirror Work. So, in Mirror Work, I hope you all are progressing well. I hope you've been following the assignments and doing them diligently because every day, one peel of your inner being is opened. You're trying to find who you are internally by discarding of all the judgments you've had for yourself, by discarding of all that is unrequired by your body for your evolution. So I hope you're committed to that and not taking it very lightly. Today you're on the last day of the first week. So tomorrow you're going to be stepping into, your day 7 and we'll be reviewing what we've done till now. So please take it seriously, even if you haven't taken till now. And let's start the book. So please have the first book for the day. Day 6, your inner critic release. So Yashvi, would you want to read your first on my screen? Yes, thank you, my dear. So day 6, releasing your inner critic. Today you learn to break the habit of judgment and self-criticism and to go beyond the need to put yourself down. Very, very important. All right, let's read. We can't hear you at all. Can anyone hear her? I can't hear her. No, I can't hear. No, we can't hear you. Just try again. No. Karishma Gala, would you want to read because you're next on my screen? Thank you. I'm asking you to unmute. Okay, she's gone to get fed something. Till the time she's okay, there she is. I've asked to unmute you. Please unmute yourself. Yes, please start. Look in your mirror. Sanjay sir, we can't hear her either. What is the problem? Karishma, can you just say?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, absolutely. Now we can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. But we could hear. Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay.
I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, sir, we're audible.
I think a problem in her device, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, please
Should I
start.
try?
Yes, you're perfect now. Please start. Please go ahead.
Okay. Releasing your inner critic.
We've read that, sweetheart. Look in your mirror today.
Oh. Look in your mirror today and take a few moments to congratulate yourself. You are beginning to love and approve of yourself, or at least to be willing to do so. Wherever you are in the process, celebrate the progress you have made so far. I celebrate you and your commitment to your mirror work. The more mirror work you do, the more awareness of your self-talk you become. If I asked you to play a tape of your inner dialogue today, what would it sound like? Would you be listening to negative affirmations? Like, I am so stupid, I'm such a klutz, nobody asks me what I think? Why are there so many inconsiderate people? Is your inner voice constantly picking at everything? Are you seeing the world through critical eyes? Do you judge everything? Do you stand in self-righteousness? So many of us have such a strong habit of judgment and criticism that we cannot easily break it. I used to be a constant complainer, full of self-pity. I loved to wallow in the pits. I didn't know that I was perpetuating situations in which to pity myself. I didn't know any better in those days. It is so important to do your mirror work because it makes you acutely aware of judgments and negative self-talk and allows you to release your inner critique as soon as you can. You will never be able to love yourself until you go beyond the need to put yourself down and make life wrong. As a little baby, you were so open to life. You looked at the world with eyes of wonder. Unless something was scary or someone harmed you, you accepted life just as it was. Later, as you grew up, you began to accept the opinions of others and make them your own. You learned how to criticize. What helped me eventually was that I started to listen to what I was saying. I became aware of my inner critique and I worked to stop my self criticism. I began to say positive affirmations in front of my mirror without quite knowing what they meant. I just kept saying them over and over again. I started with the easy ones. I love myself. I approve of myself. Then I graduated to these. My opinions are valued. I release the need to criticize myself. I release the need to criticize others.
Very important for us to understand where we are. I think Karishma, I can hear my own echo. Can you mute yourself? Okay. So Karishma, firstly, you were brilliant. I loved the way you read, and I would love request you to read once again for us. In fact, many more times. Thank you so much. So, people think we don't criticize ourselves or others, but the truth is we are always judging, whether we realize or we are not, because we're conditioned to think like that. Because unfortunately, from the time you've gained consciousness of growing up as a young child, you have been judged as well. ये काम ठीक से नहीं किया, ऐसा ठीक नहीं किया, ऐसे खाओ, ऐसे मत बैठो, ये करो, ये मत करो. These have been judgments. Nobody's told you if tying a wrong shoelace, it's okay. You have messy hair, it's okay. You've not brushed your teeth, it's okay. No, we haven't, because people have told us to growing in a particular fashion, and that's fine. Now, if you read mirror work and you start saying, "Oh, अगर ऐसे किया होता तो मुझे ये problem नहीं होती." So what's happening? Again, we are going in the circle of blame game. And that once if you blame somebody, the blame has to come back to you. We have been accustomed to constantly complaining about life. खाने में ये ठीक नहीं है, लाइफ में ये ठीक नहीं हुआ, बाल ठीक नहीं है, बॉडी ठीक नहीं है, यहाँ वजन है, वहाँ वजन है. If you look at yourself in the mirror, no, I can't look at myself because this is wrong in my body part. We are not able to embrace ourselves. People who have done mirror work once, twice also sometimes have this problem. The day you can love yourself in totality, how you are, that is the day you can say, oh, mirror work works. Because truly it takes time to recondition our mind. 21 days you're with me, you're with each other, working on mirror work, fantastic. But just the way magic book should never stop, so should mirror work never stop. Every day, if you look at yourself in the mirror, when you're going for a shower, if you do a body scan, you approve every part of your body. It's very imperative. That's why I say Ho'oponopono shower should be for life, because you are embracing your body, every part of your body, and giving it love, gratitude, asking for forgiveness, and moving on. It's very, very important to realize that we have to be aware of our judgments, of our negative self-talk that's forever going on in our brains. So if you say that you don't do that, congratulations. But if you do a deeper dive, you will realize that yes, there are times you don't like something about you. There are times that you're not liking something, and that's okay. But it's not okay to say that I don't do it. It's okay to accept that we do have some issues, and that's fine. But it's not okay to keep living in a world which is, your make believe world. So we have been criticizing firstly ourselves and then the others. Now remember, if you're looking at people who are criticizing you, they are a reflection of you. So stop doing it and stop attracting it. For this, these affirmations are important. Just by starting to say, I love myself, I approve of myself, then moving on further to saying that, my opinions are valued. So now my opinions are valued even by me. So if I'm saying something, I myself value my opinions. And right now, also adding one beautiful line that I release the deep critic in me. I release the need to criticize others. I release that. So that's very, very important. Let's continue our journey of reading.
After a while, I started noticing that positive changes were beginning to take place. When you work on releasing your inner critique, you too will begin to notice changes. I believe that criticism shrivels our spirits. It reinforces the belief that I am not good enough. It certainly doesn't bring out the best in us. But when you release the inner critique, you get in touch with your higher self. So let's check. Are you learning to play a tape of positive affirmations in your mind? Are you paying attention to your thoughts and replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations? By doing mirror work, you will become more aware of your inner voice and what you say to yourself. Then you'll be able to release the need to pick on yourself all the time. And when you do, you will notice that you no longer criticize others so much. When you make it okay to be yourself, then you automatically allow others to be themselves. Their little habits no longer bother you as much. You release the need to change others as you want them to be. Then, as you stop judging others, they release the need to judge you. Everybody gets to be free. Our, our feelings are thoughts in action. There is no need to feel any guilt or shame about them. They serve a purpose. And when you release negative thoughts from your mind and body, you allow space inside for other, more positive feelings and experiences. Let's affirm, it is now safe for me to release my inner critique and move into love.
So thank you so much once again. It's very important for all of us to realize that, even though we are on this path of spirituality where we are not judging ourselves and others, yet there are times when you will dip below the line. And that time to come above in line, it really works. So if you have partners who are with you in this program, congratulations, because they will lift you and tell you, you dipped below the line, and don't expand it because it's not required. So it's important to have people in the same zone with you. But if not, if you're feeling bad, if you look at yourself criticizing again, then wake up to action wake up to affirmation that, you know, I don't have to go here. I don't have to expand this. So it's nice to have people in your life who are telling you, because sometimes your mind, your chitter chatter takes over and you're just getting sucked into the world of negativity, especially when something is not going the way you want it to, which happens many a times. And that is when you're unable to process, because every human being has this inherent desire that whatever I say should be done. When it's not done the way I say it, I suffer a backlash from myself, or from, you know, I had the feeling to criticize, because then I'm not in a safe zone. Then I feel threatened. So this is something that you need to analyze within. That is it truly like this, or is it not like this? So if I'm saying something it doesn't resonate with you, it's fine. It's all right. If Louis says saying something doesn't resonate with you, it's all right. But is it okay that you have just said that it's not within me, or have you really done a deep dive? It's all about going inwards. It's very easy to say, oh, this doesn't work for me. It's very easy to say. But this lady who has transformed trillions of lives, millions of lives, does have a science, right? So rather than denying it, can we quickly, quietly take a reflection within and see, is this true? And if you are truly genuine to yourself, you will find many things, many times, a reason to hear that, yes, I do criticize. And you know what? People who criticize, they'll always have hate issues. Always. Because you're criticizing people, which means you're criticizing yourself as well, and that is going to come to you. The day you start releasing layer by layer, like an onion peels, right? And then there's nothingness by the end of it. That's how we have to be. No need to tell anyone anything. Embrace them the way they are. Maybe give them just a direction that this could have been done like this, don't you think? Just like a mere question. And that day will be awakening. So let's find the person within, because that person is very much here. Very much here. All we have to do is just find him or her. All right, today's mirror work exercise is beautiful. We find a quiet place. Remember, a quiet place with a mirror where you will feel safe and where you won't be disturbed. So get this very clear. If you have a mirror in your bedroom, because it's very hot, so I believe not everyone's bathrooms are air conditioned, or, you know, if you have the fan, yeah. But today, if possible, take a chair as well. If not, it's okay. Look into the mirror. Please look straight into your eyes. If you're still uncomfortable doing this, please concentrate on your mouth or your nose. Talk to your inner child. Your inner child wants to grow and blossom. It needs love, acceptance, and praise. So, again, a lot of you will ask me, what is the inner child? We have spoken about this in a little, like a basic outline. And I have told you that all of us have an inner child. And it's beautiful to find that inner child. So, अगर आपको विश्वास नहीं भी है इस concept के ऊपर, just do it the way she's saying. Day 8, you'll find a lot of good things are coming to you. Please affirm, I love you. I love you. And you are doing the best you can. You are just perfect as you are. I approve of you. Very important to start saying this, because we don't believe in it. We may be doing it mechanically, but it has to come from your heart. Your love for you has to come from your heart, because people are not able to love themselves. Oh, I've tanned. Oh, I've got a receding hairline. Oh, my mush is not right. Oh, this is not right. Oh, this is not right. Oh, the weight is not right. Oh, I'm not right. Oh, my height is just a bit too much or too less. My weight is a bit too much, too less. Nothing is perfect, because we're all angling for perfection. And perfection is a myth. Acceptance is a beautiful idea. And the day you start accepting yourself, you will truly start becoming the way you want to be. And that day you will say, oh, I've reverse aged. Oh, I've lost a lot of weight. Oh, my hair has become more lustrous. My skin's become brighter, because you have embraced yourself the way you are. People think, ऐसा हो जाएगा तो मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा, you know. If I lose these 20 kilos, I'm going to be happier. If I have hair, I'll be happier. But no, if you're happy where you are, you will reach there. That's what people aren't understanding. And mirror work and these beautiful authors are making us find a way to go there. Point number 4, you may want to do this exercise several times before you truly feel that your inner voice is less critical. Do what feels right for you. So each to their own. Somebody may be comfortable in the first go, somebody may take 2, 3, 4 times. Start. Somebody again today may get emotional. Oh, I still can't look in my eyes, and you're overwhelmed, and everything is okay. Remember, we are all people in progress. Even after this, it's not like a journey is over. We are going to live, right? And there will be complexes, there will be things coming on. Now, what will happen is we'll start realizing how to clear them. That will be the power that all of us will get. So, the minute you dip down below the line and you start criticizing yourself, you'll be, no, but I learned in mirror work, right? So, okay, I love you. You just have a shift. That's what we're looking at. Now, what do you have to journal today? Make a list of 5 things you criticize yourself for, only yourself, whatever that is. Your hair, your body, your complexion, whatever, your attitude, whatever, what your beliefs, whatever. Go down the list and beside each item, write the date on which you began to criticize yourself for this particular thing. If you can't remember the exact date, go approximate. For example, you were a very young child, must be in your early 13s, and you had the a burst of, attraction, infatuation. And maybe somebody turned you down, or maybe somebody said, that person's too good to be true for you. Maybe your parents said something, maybe your friend said something, maybe a teacher said something. And that is the first time you started saying, oh, I'm not worth it. You started criticizing. So maybe you were in class 7th, and just go back and just remember the approximate year span. Why the approximate year span? Because it's important for us to look back at this list and analyze, oh, this is where my complexes began. Till I was 6, 7 years old, I was fine. But this is where I got a scolding that, you don't speak good enough English, or you don't get up for school in time, or you don't you don't make your bed, or you don't fill your own water bottle. I don't know, whatever could have been, right? Please, it's important to go back in history and try and remember the point where you began to criticize yourself. And this happens only when people criticize you. It's a proportional thing. So, and the same mistake you're making with your children. So now, please, as parents, if you have children, be careful of not doing that with your child, because we have complexes because of this, and that is done unknowingly on us, right? We had no, our parents had no idea. So let's not be those parents. Start going and hugging your children a bit more. Start making them realize the self worth. Start making them grow with you. Now, number 3, are you amazed at how long you've been picking on yourself? This habit of self-criticism has not stopped any positive changes, has it? Criticism doesn't work. It only makes you feel bad. So be willing to stop it. Now you can also read this in a fashion with your children, with people around. If I criticize somebody, will he or she like it? So will it work? Rather than that, can I address it differently? That, okay, can you start, for example, you know somebody who can't speak good English and you're embarrassed with her around you, and you're like, okay, you're like the husband and the wife can't speak very well, for example, or your child doesn't speak very well. Rather than saying, speak very well, can you start affirming? Can you start 5-word pronunciations every day? So by the end of the 5 words every week or something, and then by the end of the entire year you have done so many more words. Can you try and become a partner and try and help them rather than trying to change them? So yes, that's what we can all embrace and can learn a lot with this book. Number 4, change each of the 5 criticisms on your list to a positive affirmation. So very important to realize that this is where we are. Number 5, carry this list with you. When you notice yourself being judgmental, take out the list of affirmations and read it out loud. Read it a few times. Better yet, read it out loud in front of your mirror. Why out loud in front of your mirror? So you are speaking something and you're looking at your eyes in the mirror. Your energy is doubling up. It's going and it's getting bounced back at you, right? You know about how the light bounces back. Similarly, you're saying something and immediately you're hearing it back. So out loud is always more important than hearing within the mind. Also, when you're hearing within the mind, there's a back chatter going on. When you're out loud, at least for that time, the back chatter gets very nullified. So get that clear. Out loud is important. Today, what's a hard thought for the day? I love and accept myself exactly as I am. We all have areas of our lives that we think are unacceptable and unlovable. If we are really angry with parts of ourselves, we often engage in self abuse. So, say somebody has only a beer belly. If you keep saying, ये इतना मोटा पेट क्यों है, इतना मोटा पेट क्यों है, and वो पेट और बड़ा होगा because आप उसको abuse कर रहे हैं, criticize कर रहे हैं, and what you're criticizing is growing. So remember, whatever you are focusing on is expanding. So stop focusing on negativity. Then we start abusing alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, we overeat, we beat ourselves up emotionally. One of the worst things we do is, which causes most damage in our beings, is than anything else, is to criticize ourselves. We need to stop that, completely stop that. Once we get in the habit of not criticizing ourselves, that's when magic begins. It is amazing how we stop criticizing other people. All of a sudden you'll say, oh, I'm okay with him the way he is. I'm okay with him the way she is. That means that you've started embracing yourself because all of your actions are your deep down mirrors. We realize that everyone is a reflection of us. And what we see in another person, we can see in ourselves. So when we complain about someone, we're really complaining about ourselves. So whoever has an issue with their in-laws, with their spouses, with their children, are basically having those issues with themselves. And every time I read this, I'm like, yeah, this is so true. And yet you don't learn all the time. So I must have done this book today for fourth, fifth time, and yet this line resonates with me. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And you tend to forget this. So when we can truly love and accept ourselves, who we are, there's nothing to complain about. We cannot hurt ourselves. We cannot hurt others. Let's take a vow that we will no longer criticize others or firstly ourselves for anything. You do not have to criticize yourself. You haven't done your morning page today. You were supposed to do it. It's okay, fine. Tomorrow is a new day. I'll do it in the afternoon. I'll do it in the evening. Don't criticize yourself for anything. Just stay away from criticism as much as you can. Thank you, Sanjay sir, for showcasing this book. Let's move on to the power of a subconscious mind. So please understand that life is what you and I make out of it. If we have any problems in our body, any disease in our body, we have any issues in our body, and if you keep expanding on it, it will keep growing. If your thoughts are not positive, unfortunately, they will manifest into all things negative. So I'm sure we don't want that to happen, right? So today we are going to read two more stories before we conclude this chapter on the scientific use of subconscious mind. Today let's talk about page number 152, the section on how archaeologists. Yes, so let's start.
How archaeologists and paleontologists reconstruct ancient scenes. These scientists know that their subconscious mind has a memory of everything that has ever transpired. As they study the ancient ruins and fossils, through their imaginative perception, their subconscious mind aids them in reconstructing the ancient scenes. The dead past becomes alive and audible once more. Looking at these ancient temples and studying the pottery, statuary, tools, and household utensils of these ancient times, the scientists tell us of an age when there was no language. Communication was done by grunts, groans, and signs. The keen concentration and disciplined imagination of the scientist awakens the latent powers of his subconscious mind, enabling him to clothe the ancient temples with roofs and surround them with gardens, pools, and fountains. The fossil remains are clothed with eyes, sinews, and muscles, and they again walk and talk. The past becomes a living present, and we find that in mind there is no time or space. Through disciplined, controlled, and directed imagination, you can be a companion of the most scientific and inspired thinkers of all time.
So it's very clear whatever is past, let it be in the past, address it, accept it, embrace it. But the dead past becomes alive and audible once more. This is what the archaeologists have been doing, and they bring stories and life to it. Similarly, is our life. We have a past and becomes alive when we're going back into subconscious mind. So if you start understanding where you are coming from, you start embracing it, accepting it the way it is. So start going in that world. Let your past become a reason for you to move up rather than going back and being stuck there. You learn from your mistakes and you move on. The past becomes the living present, and we find that in mind there is no time or space. So when you have accepted your past, you'll be able to move on in today. Through disciplined, controlled, and directed imagination, you can be a companion of the most scientific and inspired thinkers of all times. So you and I can create whatever we want in our life by simply using subconscious mind's power, by going in the past, understanding our purpose. This has a double meaning as well. The double meaning is when you go into your past of your past lives and you find your unique purpose, you can live a life which you are meant to live, which you have forgotten at your birth. So maybe if you really want to do that, go for it. Otherwise, simply take it the way they're talking about, like a historical past. How you perceive what's been written is completely onto you. What's your analysis? Now, Karishma might have some analysis, Yashvi might have some, Niriksha may have some, I have some, and everything is fine. We are not here to impress anyone, right? We're here to grow in life. So if I read between the lines, it's fine. You read above the lines, it's fine. You read below the lines, it's fine. Or you read the lines, everything is fine. Get this fact very clear. Stop doing this one upmanship or stop trying to prove a point to yourself or to others. No, you don't need to. People are trying to show, oh, I'm so good, oh, I'm so, I'm doing this so beautifully, and I'm the best, or am I okay, am I wrong? Everything is fine. There's no need to question anyone. What you think is happening in your heart, if you start embracing that, if you find a positive change, everything is fine. Let's read about how to receive guidance from your subconscious mind. And this we've read a couple of times in different ways, but let me tell you why this keeps coming back. Because this is the root of you and me. That is why it'll keep coming back in different terminology, a different style of oration, a different style of writing, a different story to make us understand the power. Because receiving guidance from our own higher selves is of paramount importance. It's very, very important, imperative. Let's read about it.
When you have what you term a difficult decision to make, or when you fail to see the solution to your problem, begin at once to think constructively about it. If you are fearful and worried, you are not really thinking. True thinking is free from fear. Here is a simple technique you can use to receive guidance on any subject. Quiet the mind and still the body. Tell the body to relax. It has to obey you. It has no volition, initiative, or self conscious intelligence. Your body is an emotional disk which records your beliefs and impressions. Mobilize your attention. Focus your thought on the solution to your problem. Try to solve it with your conscious mind. Think how happy you would be about the perfect solution. Sense the feeling you would have if the perfect answer were yours now. Let your mind play with this mood in a relaxed way, then drop off to sleep. When you awaken and you do not have the answer, get busy about something else. Probably when you are preoccupied with something else, the answer will come into your mind like toast pops out of a toaster. In receiving guidance from the subconscious mind, the simple way is the best. This is an illustration. I once lost a valuable ring, which was an heirloom. I looked everywhere for it and could not locate it. At night, I talked to the subconscious in the same manner that I would talk to anyone. I said to it prior to dropping off to sleep, "You know all things. You know where the ring is, and you know how to reveal to me where it is.
You
In the
now
morning."
to me where it is. You
Oh,
know, so it's very important to understand that all our questions have an answer. If I have a question, why do I have weight on me? My subconscious mind even has the answer for that. Now, am I ready to hear it is a question. Am I ready to embrace it is a question. Am I ready to go in a deeper dive is a question. If you are ready to hear from subconscious mind, every day start telling your mind, a question or the other. If it's the same problem, keep asking that, okay, I've got this answer, but there is more to it. Can I have a deeper answer? There is more. There's more. Is there anything more? Start talking to your subconscious mind. Give it definite instructions and you will get answers. And then don't shrug them off by saying, oh, ऐसे thought आया होगा. Nahi. If you felt it, do it. So now what happens in the story? He's asked his subconscious mind about the ring. Now let's see what happened. Yeah.
In the morning, I awoke suddenly with the words ringing in my ear. Ask Robert. I thought it very strange that I should ask Robert, a young boy about 9 years of age. However, I followed the inner voice of intuition. Robert said, "Oh, yes, I picked it up in the yard while I was playing with the boys. I placed it on the desk in my room. I did not think it worth anything, so I did not say anything about it. The subconscious mind will always answer you if you trust it."
Can I ask a generic question on the chat box? How many of you have got answers to your small, silly, or important questions from subconscious mind? How many of you have tried it? And does it work? Alifia, you did. Okay, you're from first batch. Okay, Rajiv Pyle says always. Sunita Pradhan, yes. So yes, it does work, right? Thank you so much for affirming and for agreeing that it does work. So people who haven't tried it yet, welcome to the world of abundance. Welcome to the world of miracles. All you have to do is ask questions. If you have a skin allergy anywhere in your body, simply ask the subconscious mind, why do I have this allergy? And you will find the answer. Why are my hair graying so fast? You will get that answer. Why am I having weight on my arm and not anywhere else? But by its time, we are in day 45, almost 45. Please start going inwards. This is not a lecture class for everyone. Please get this very clear. Whatever concepts you're hearing, if you don't put them in practical purpose, you will not be able to adopt and adapt and improve. You have to move in a new lifestyle. You have to use these practices every single day. अगर आपने मेहनत नहीं करी अपने घर जाने के बाद after session is closed, you are not going to grow as a person. And that's my promise to you, that only there'll be 5 or 10% growth because you haven't worked in yourself. You know, if you're hearing the session and not implying it, it doesn't work. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, subconscious mind reveals to you everything that you have a question, anything and everything. You know, if you say, मैं ज़्यादा क्यों खा लेता हूँ, मुझे पता है नहीं खाना चाहिए, फिर भी मैं खा लेता हूँ. So firstly, get this tone. Are you criticizing yourself or are you accepting? So mirror work plays there. Second, you can always have the power to ask your subconscious mind, मैं ज़्यादा क्यों खा लेता हूँ? Am I not intelligent enough? I've heard from gazillion people I'm not supposed to eat after sunset, yet I've had that bunt cake which is for 1,000 calories or 500 calories. Ask your subconscious mind, try, right? You're going to dietitians, psychologists, psychiatrists, people, you're lamenting. How about going to this beautiful guidance within? How about that? Now, his subconscious mind revealed the location of his father's will. So, again, let's just read the entire story together to understand the conclusion. Let's read it.
A young man who attends my lectures had this experience. His father died and apparently left no will. However, this man's sister told him that their father had confided to her that a will had been executed, which was fair to all. Every attempt to locate the will failed. Prior to sleep, he talked to his deeper mind as follows. I now turn this request over to the subconscious mind. It knows just where that will is and reveals it to me. Then he condensed his request down to one word, answer, repeating it over and over again as a lullaby. He lulled himself to sleep with the word answer. The next morning, this young man had an overpowering hunch to go to a certain bank in Los Angeles where he found a safe deposit vault registered in the name of his father, the contents of which solved all his problems. Your thought as you go to sleep arouses the powerful latency which is within you. For example, let us suppose you are wondering whether to sell your home, buy a certain stock, sever partnership, move to New York or stay in Los Angeles, dissolve the present contract or take a new one. Do this. Sit quietly in your armchair or at the desk in your office. Remember that there is a universal law of action and reaction. The action is your thought, the reaction is the response from your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is reactive and reflexive. This is its true nature. It rebounds, rewards, and repays. It is the law of correspondence. It responds by corresponding. As you contemplate right action, you will automatically experience a reaction or response in yourself, which represents the guidance or answer of your subconscious mind. In seeking guidance, you simply think quietly about right action, which means that you are using the infinite intelligence resident in the subconscious mind to the point where it begins to use you. From there on, your course of action is directed and controlled by the subjective wisdom within you, which is all wise and omnipotent. Your decision will be right. There will only be right action because you are under a subjective compulsion to do the right thing. I use the word compulsion because the law of the subconscious is compulsion.
So it's very deep. Whatever Karishma has read is very, very, very deep. Firstly, there is nothing called timing for the subconscious mind, but it's called state of mind. So if you have a music piece which makes you feel, oh, this is meditation time, because subconsciously you're hearing a piece of music and that resonates with you, and you're like, oh, this is my music time, this is my meditation time. Like I just put, even in my factory, there's questions that I have sometimes when things go wrong. I just put on my AirPods, I just play that little piece of music and I close my eyes for 5 minutes. Of course, my staff that time is all around me. And I just close my eyes, I just take a deep breath in thrice, and I pose the question that time. And I go in silence, that's it. 2 minutes silence, 3 minutes silence, something gets revealed right there, right now, because I am receptive. Your subconscious minds in nature is being reactive and reflexive. आपने question पूछा, उसने answer दिया. But why? Because it's so wise, it's so intelligent. It doesn't have to think. Like, if right now I think Asmeet is posing a question to me, as a human being, I may have to think a bit, right? It's or if I've done mastery in subject, I know the answer even before you've posed a question. I know the answer. That is how your subconscious mind is. It just knows all the answers automatically. It's omnipotent. It's all the time there. It's got all the wisdom. So if you have an intention, you will get a reward. As simple as that. Any time of the day. The only thing is you have to just close your mind to all things around you, and just, so that is why I love Apple AirPods, right? They just block you from everything. So in your night, you get freedom. So even if children are right now, children or staff, there's a mess around you, you can block yourself in a world and you're like, this is how I am, right? And just go ask. Problem is you don't ask. We have a lot of questions. ये कैसे करें, ये कैसे करें? Answer तो हमारे अंदर ही है ना. झांको तो सही. Ask for it. And please try this any time of day. Of course, when you're going in the deeper state of slumber at night, you have a longer period to get answers from. But remember, answers can come any time of day. So, I'm doing this book called Unified with a couple of batchmates of mine in the first batch, and many more from Nitya Shanti's tribe. And, there, when I meditate, that's when, and the meditation period is 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of just going quiet. That's when I met my higher self. Can you imagine? I've known about him all the time, but that's when he told me, My name is Kamal." It didn't have to be those long hours in the night time. No, in the morning at 7 a.m. So please, there's nothing called a time for guidance. Every time is a good time. Just start going inwards. That's all. The secret of guidance. Please read it.
The secret of guidance or right action is to mentally devote yourself to the right answer until you find its response in you. The response is a feeling, an inner awareness, an overpowering hunch, whereby you know that you know. You have used the power to the point where it begins to use you. You cannot possibly fail or make one false step while operating under the subjective wisdom within you. You will find that all your ways are pleasantness and all your paths are peace.
It's beautiful to know that we have everything inside us. The mind, subconscious mind, is the wisest form of any living thing ever born on earth. And the higher self is directly connected to the supreme. It's a one-way channel, guys. One-way channel. आपने question किया, आपको answer आया. What are you waiting for? It's a power of three. The higher self, you, the higher self, and the supreme being. What are we waiting for? We have all the answers in our life. Let's recall whatever our studies have been since yesterday. Remember, the subconscious mind is determined success and wonderful achievements of all greatest scientific workers. And this we've also seen for writers, we've also seen for inventors, for everyone. Even we've seen this for archaeologists. For everyone, the fossils or the ideas are pre-played in by the subconscious mind, and subconscious mind gives you everything that it's required. Number two, by giving your conscious attention and devotions to the solution of a perplexing problem, your subconscious mind gathers all the necessary information and presents it full blown to subconscious mind. So what are we doing? Consciously हम एक सवाल कर रहे हैं, knowing कि whatever we want, कितनी भी पेचीदा problem हो, no matter how perplexed the situation is, your subconscious mind will give you all that's required. Just believe in it, and whatever you want, a full blown image will come out of it. You've asked for this much, you'll get this much. Now that's your subconscious mind. Third, if you're wondering about the answer to a problem, try to solve it objectively. Get all the information you can from research and also from others. If no answer comes, turn it over to your subconscious mind prior to sleep, and the answer always will come. It never fails you. So if you think, oh, it doesn't work, मैं अपने आप कर लूँगा, try it, करके देखो. You do not always get the answer overnight. Keep on turning your request over to your subconscious mind until the day breaks and the shadows flee away. Try, try, try. That's the key. And do not be do not be over anxious. Just know it's going to come. That's the law of process. अभी नहीं आया, अच्छा सुबह उठे, आया ही नहीं, आया होगा. आप deep down में होगे, शायद आपने समझा नहीं होगा. Ask again. Ask again. Keep requesting. Number 5, you delay the answer by thinking it will take a long time or that it is a major problem. Your subconscious has no problem. It only has answers. Isn't it wonderful that it has just answers? It's a yes person. Tum karo, मैं हूं ना, मैं हूं ना. I'm your genie. I'm there for you. Whatever you want, I'm there. Look, I have your back. Believe that you have the answer now. Feel the joy of the answer and the way you feel it. If you had the perfect answer, the subconscious will respond to the feeling. So as I keep saying, it's a world of feelings. एहसासों की दुनिया है. अगर आपको feeling है कि my subconscious mind has my back, life has my back, and so it does. It will respond to your feeling. So it's very beautiful to understand that the power is within us. Any mental picture backed by faith and perseverance will come to pass through the miracle working power of your subconscious. Trust it, believe in its power, and wonders will happen as you pray. Your subconscious is a storehouse of memory, and within your subconscious are recorded all experiences since childhood and since lives and lives and lives and lives that you have no idea. Thousands of lives. And you're talking about your one life where you were 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. So that's the power. That's why it's 90% of your brain, my dear friends. Scientists meditating on ancient scrolls, temples, fossils, etc., are able to reconstruct scenes of the past and make them alive today. The subconscious mind comes to their aid. I'll tell you something, talk to any successful person, anybody, any stream. Everyone will tell you, अरे ये तो मुझे बस guidance आई थी, and they'll say, बस idea आ गया. ये जो idea आया ना, subconscious mind ने दिया. आप और मैं इसकी ownership नहीं कर सकते. But आपको करना है, कर लो. I mean, oh, the egoistical me, this guy came. No, it's your subconscious mind. Turn over your request for solution to your subconscious mind prior to sleep. Trust it, believe in it, and the answer will come. It knows all and sees all. But you must not doubt or question its powers. अगर आप डाउट करेंगे तो आपके लिए वर्क नहीं करेगा. Magic and logic doesn't work together. So if you believe in logic, like अरे ये तो लॉजिकल नहीं है. Firstly, logic है. Dr. Murphy's entire book is about this logic, the power of our subconscious mind. Yet, if you question its powers, then you are either being fool, living in a fool's paradise, or you're not seeing reality, or you're in your make-believe world, whatever. So trust it, believe in it. The action is your thought, and the reaction is the response of your subconscious mind. If your thoughts are wise, your actions and decisions will be wise. Guidance comes as a feeling, an inner awareness, an overpowering hunch whereby you know what you know. It is an inner sense of touch. Follow it. So, very important to understand that instinct is not different. Instinct is for a feeling. Shivani, you posed a question. Intuition, instinct, and guidance, they're all the same things. Point number 11 is very clear. The action is your thought, and the reaction is a response of your subconscious mind. अगर मैंने एक thought आया मेरे मन में कि अरे मैं मोटा हूँ, तो immediately subconscious mind आपको मोटा कर देगा. ऐसा आप खाएंगे पिएंगे that you will gain weight. अगर आपने एक्शन लिया कि मुझे हर चीज़ सोल्यूशन मिल जाता है बहुत फास्ट, रिएक्शन इज तुरंत सोल्यूशन मिल जाएगा immediately. This is a yes man. Whatever you say, whatever your thought is, you will get the response immediately. If your thoughts are wise, your actions and decisions are wise. If your thoughts are destructive, the result is destructive. What do you have to choose? Is the power is always within you. Ankur says a very beautiful thing. I got this answer for one of my actions. Just do it. मैं हूं ना. प्लीज जब आपके पास इंस्टिंक्ट आते हैं, इमोशंस आते हैं, प्लीज 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 it's just follow them. Don't deliberate. Don't procrastinate. Yes, Niriksha, we get some answers very easily and some take time. Yes, it's okay. And when it takes time, keep repeating the question to your subconscious mind. Keep asking. आप भी तो पूछते रहो ना. And at least go and meditate a bit. Close your mind for 2, 3, 4 minutes, not too much, and get the answer. Sanjay sir, you can move on the book to Loving Yourself. We'll do a quick reading of today's one section and get this. This book is so beautiful. This book is so deep. It makes us know so much. Now, how much you and I'm processing it, how much we're intertwining it. अभी अच्छा फील कर लिया और घर जाके हमने अपने टाइम में जाके हमने इस पे वर्क नहीं किया. It doesn't work. You've got to, that's why we have a book of reflections, yeah, where you reflect. It's very, very important. Today, again, it's very beautiful to know we've been talking about exercising our mind, and here we are. Exercises to emphasize food and thoughts that heal your body and mind. The following exercises will help you unlock your inner journey and remind you that you matter enough to nourish yourself both inside and outside. Nourishing a body is beautiful, and putting what you're eating is of a lot of scientific value. If you're putting toxic stuff, you can't have you're not going to have pure thoughts. They will get toxified. You will start feeling, you'll have acidity, you'll have issues. Very important to understand to listen to our body. I've been through Dr. Joseph Murphy. I've been telling you to listen to your mind, your subconscious mind, right? Now, we all have heard mind, body, soul, right? So, soul is your subconscious mind that we're talking about. Mind that people talk about is a conscious bit, the 10% bit, which you can choose as a human experience. Look, all of us are spiritual beings having a human experience. So, you have a mind which you've been born with, which you've acquired only in this life. You can choose to make your mind affirm and want a life. This mind of yours is choosing and wishing and dreaming. So that is how you're making an effort. Now is the time to listen to your body. Please read it, Karishma.
While there are many wonderful doctors and experts who can give you guidelines for your diet, each body is unique. Because of this, it's incredibly important to learn to listen to your body. The more you do, the more you hear its unique needs, which makes it easier to nourish yourself in the way that suits you best. Dogma and rules live in your head and mean nothing to your body's true needs. The less you worry about rules and the more you honor what your body truly needs, the healthier you will be. Chapter 4 is a great place to revisit if you want to practice listening to your body. In addition, the next exercise is wonderful to help you start learning how your body speaks to you and how it responds to food.
So for this, it's very important. Abhi, I don't know how many of you will agree with me. You can use the chat box and let me know. What is your mind telling you? What is your body telling you? कई बार आपने खाना खाया है, the mind say, your body says, आज भूख नहीं है. But the mind says, एक तो बज गया, lunch time हो गया, तो थोड़ा सा खा लेते हैं. And you go on the table and you don't have thoda, you have pretty much full meal because you're conditioned to having a meal at 1 o'clock. But have you done the natural way, the Ayurveda way, the naturopathy way of listening to your body? No. बॉडी बोल रही है भूख नहीं है तो मत खाओ ना. ये थोड़ी ना कि खाना घर में खत्म हो जाएगा. फल का पराठा चावल नहीं रहेगा तो okay, you will have breads, they're not so great, but it's better than having your food when you don't want to eat. You will have fruits all the time. I hope we have fruits all the time in our house. So when there is food, what are we eating that meal for? Are we listening to our body? Or your body will say, you know, aaj chola mat khao. And today you have maybe paneer. Or today you maybe have quinoa. But you're saying, nahi, nahi, ab kaun effort karega? Chodo. Ab to jo hai wo kha liya. Are you listening to your body? It wants something. This is where food diary comes in place. And the food diary is not just about the food you eat, it is also about the symptoms that you're having, physical symptoms, mental symptoms. So let's read about the importance of this. And this food diary has been given to you in the form of Abhipriti, a journal which has three lotuses on one or of the other. All right, let's read about it.
Alia and Heather use this with all of their clients as a way to learn the language of the body. The food you eat is so powerful that it affects your energy levels, your physical wellness, your thoughts, and your moods. Here's how to do this exercise. Write down all the foods you each day. Use a notepad you can keep with you, your phone, or whatever is most convenient to capture this information easily. During the day, write down any symptoms you experience. For example, energy, balanced, too wired, fatigue, improving, moods, happy, sad, anxious, content, good self esteem, worried, sleep, restful, deep, restless, interrupted, insomnia, physical symptoms, reflux, joint pain, headaches, digestive upset, no symptoms, more allergies, fewer allergies, bowel movements, diarrhea, urgency, constipation, easy, felt fully evacuated.
So now also start seeing the day you've had a very heavy meal, one after the other, maybe periodically just too fast. And next morning you're not able to crap in the movement. There's no bowel movement. Why is it happening? The food is so badly stuck that it can't be moved. For digestion, you need, that's why they say 80% cow, right? So that there is some movement for your food inside. इफ यू हैव स्टफ्ड इट फुल्ली, जब यहाँ तक पेट भर गया, वो बेचारा खाना नीचे कैसे जाएगा? एंड वो 4 5 6 घंटे लगते हैं और आपने उसके बीच में फिर कुछ खा लिया. व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? नेक्स्ट डे यू आर बाउंड टू हैव कॉन्स्टिपेशन, यू आर बाउंड टू हैव एसिड रिफ्लक्स, यू आर बाउंड टू हैव इश्यूज. So we start journaling and we'll start realizing what our pattern is going about. Yes, please continue.
Review your list of food and symptoms every couple of days. Note the following. Are certain foods triggering symptoms in the list above? Look over 2 or 3 days for patterns. Food can have an effect over several days, so noticing patterns helps. Circle or write down the foods that seem to be triggers. After 2 weeks of writing down food and symptoms and recording patterns you notice, go to the next step.
So again, for this, what Alia, Heather had told us, Louis had told us is, so they told us that gluten is bad, could be bad, dairy could be bad. So what we start doing is replacing them completely for 3 days and seeing how our moods are, how our body is functioning, and then analyze. Oh, this time I didn't have this problem, yeah. Start seeing the patterns. Is dairy affecting me? Oh, I had cheese. So you have to become a little detailed about your writing so that you can see the pattern. When you start reading the patterns, now we come to the next stage, the elimination experiment. Let's read about it.
Elimination experiment. Now that you have noticed patterns, consider doing an elimination diet with the foods that you found to be triggers. We recommend eliminating one thing at a time so that you know what is working. Eliminate the food for 1 or 2 weeks and see how you feel. Did the symptoms go away or improve in some way? Record what you learned. If your list is really confusing and you aren't sure how to proceed, we recommend working with a practitioner who has a good understanding of nutrition and the physical body. This can help shorten the process and make things even easier. Sometimes foods that trigger symptoms seem random but have common links, like foods that trigger histamine intolerance symptoms. An experienced practitioner can spot patterns like this and help guide you.
So, can I say something for this? You have the most experienced guide in you, residing in you, who knows what food is working for you or why is it not working for you. Start tuning into it rather than going to people outside. That's my take on life. But of course, each to their own. Start seeing this. If you're working on something, why do you have a tummy? Why do you have this? Why do you have this problem? Start going for it. Now let's read about affirmations.
Here are some great affirmations that relate to food and meal times. Continue to use your mirror and repeat as many of them as you'd like throughout the day. Planning healthy meals is a joy. Hello, kitchen. You are my nourishment center. I appreciate you. I have everything I need to help me prepare delicious, nutritious meals. I am so grateful to be choosing food that supports my best health. I can easily make a nutritious, delicious meal. I love spending time in the kitchen. I am worth the time and money I invest in my health. Hi, body. What would nourish you today? I love selecting foods that work in harmony with you, body. I'm so fortunate that I can choose healthy foods for my family. My family loves to eat healthy food. The kids love to try new foods. I am learning new things that heal my body one step at a time. Every time I prepare food, I am nourished by my connection to nature and other beings. I am willing to take this time to nurture myself. Eating meals. I am so grateful for this wonderful
Just
food.
quickly. So before you eat meals, please remember all those elders you've seen, or maybe the panditjis you've seen, or maybe the, whoever जो खाने को प्रणाम करते थे, पानी डालते थे. So that's something which is beautiful. आपको करना है नहीं करना depends upon you, but please at least start affirming before before you're eating and after you're eating. If I can request you all, whichever religion you follow, follow one religion of thank yous, attitude of gratitude. Thank you for the food that you're intaking. It's very, very important to start looking at your food with gratitude. Remember, you're so blessed to be having a meal on a plate. There are people who are even eating meals out of dustbins, right? So just see and just look at these affirmations. If something resonates with you, please adopt them. Thank you, Prakash, for saying that you do them, and so other people as well. Yes, please.
I am so grateful for this wonderful food. My body loves the way I choose the perfect food for every meal. All my meals are harmonious. I love taking time to eat mindfully and fully enjoy my meals. I am well nourished in preparation for the day ahead of me. My body heals and strengthens with every bite I take. Meal times are happy times. My family gathers together with great joy and love. I bless this food and my body with love. I listen for when I am satisfied and full. I listen to my body as I eat. I pay attention to all of my senses when I eat. This food is healing me. My taste buds are changing every day. I no longer crave foods that don't nourish me. I listen to my appetite and it guides me with loving, nourishing choices. I am willing to slow down and take this time to nourish myself.
And for people who've got a weight issue, there's an affirmation also for your stomach if you have weight in there, that, I'm taking spiritual food. So there are so many affirmations in that Loving Yourself book. So you can always see what works for you. Please nourish your body with beautiful affirmations, good thoughts. Let a meal time be sacred time. And if possible, adopt a policy of only opening your mouth to eat at the required times. Don't just be in the process कि घर में घूमते घूमते you've opened a snack almari and you find a sohali or a matri and you just pop it up just for sake of it, or a biscuit and pop it up. Do not do that, because you're interfering in your entire digestive system. Nourishing food is part of your love story. So fall in love with your life, fall in love with your nourishment, fall in love with yourself and your body. Let's read about it.
The food you eat is as important as the thoughts you think. We encourage you to make nourishing foods part of your love story. While it may seem challenging at first to change your food habits, you will find that small changes over time will allow your habits and taste buds to evolve in ways that support your optimal health. The result of more energy, better sleep, happier moods, and better health are worth it. As you adjust your eating habits, you'll see how truly healing food is. In the next chapter, we'll share tips for healing foods and other natural remedies for physical and emotional symptoms you may be experiencing.
Thank you, Karishma. You were fantastic. I mean, I swear, I'm not exaggerating, but it was a meditation for me. You were so amazing. So thank you for reading so beautifully. Really, it was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, short in words. So if you start having a love story with your own body, and if you're eating any food and you believe in the energy of the food, that food is going to aid you in your spiritual journey as well. That food is going to be the right place at the right time, and it's going to give you the right thoughts at the right time. And remember, every time is the right time. Do not start judging it, because we have to embrace everything in totality the way it is. So all is perfect in my world. So let's have the heart thought. Let's see what blessing for the day is coming. How wonderful. I think it's beautiful that it's coming. And this is exactly what we read. Is it okay if I request Karishma to read this for me today as well? I really feel like. So if that's okay. Karishma, please just take this up as well. Expression: I express my true being. This is a new day. Begin anew to claim and create all that is good. So every day is beautiful, but today is definitely a new day, and so is every other day. Let's start expressing ourselves, and let's start expressing who we are, and that's our true being. So please read.
I see myself having a consciousness of oneness with the presence and power of God. I see myself ever aware of the power of God within me as the source of everything I desire. I see myself confidently calling upon the presence to supply my every need. I love all expressions of God unconditionally, knowing the truth of all that is. I walk through life with the happy companionship of my God self and joyfully express the goodness I am. My wisdom and understanding of spirit increases, and I express more fully each day the inner beauty and strength of my true being. Divine order is ever present in my experience, and there is plenty of time for all that I choose to do. I express wisdom, understanding, and love in all my dealings with others, and my words are divinely guided. I see my consciousness of spiritual abundance expressing as plenty, plenty to use for good in my world. I see myself expressing the creative energy of spirit in my work, writing and speaking words of truth easily and with a depth of understanding and wisdom. Fun, uplifting ideas flow through my consciousness for joyful expression, and I follow through on the ideas received, bringing them into full manifestation. And so it is.
How many of you related to this entire thing? It's exactly what we have been reading, understanding. If we believe that the divine is all the time guiding us, there is divine order which is all the time present, and we are all the time guided, and we are expressing ourselves openly without any filters. And if you're just using everything in the right way, and you are being your channel, if you stop taking the ownership of things and you just say it's just everything sab acha hai, all is well. Yeah, everything is happening good. Today, if I've eaten a heavy meal, also, it's fine. It's all okay. I was meant to eat it. It's okay. I'm not judging myself. When that happens, when that shift happens, you will find that you're evolving so beautifully. Start expressing your creative energy. And if you start seeing that the spirit is at work, you're being guided in your writing, in your speaking, and you know, the day you start speaking truth easily, and you stop looking at, you know, any excuses, or you stop taking sahara of lies, that is the day you evolved. Because now you're not being scared of being judged. You're like, okay, this is what it is, and I'm sorry, but this is the truth. Whether it hits you, whether it doesn't, you're truthful to yourself, internally and outside. That's when you and I will grow into our consciousness. And that's when the true evolution, true shift will happen. So, welcome to the world of that, because shift has begun. So, thank you for embracing the shift to each one of you, because if you were not here for that, you would not have evolved. Now, whatever you want, there are ideas you'll start receiving, and you will be able to bring them into fruition, into full manifestation, because you are in this journey of oneness. So thank you, Sanju sir, for showcasing the book. Let's move on to our beautiful meditation for our mirror work, and let's find our deeper, deeper beings. If anybody has any sharing, you can do them afterwards. Let's close our eyes, our back straight, our feet firmly placed in the ground below, our hands comfortably placed in our laps, and let's wear a smile. Let's inhale in love. Feel the love flooding in your body. Every cell is full of love. Exhale it. Inhale light. This light is like inner guidance. It brightens your world. Exhale the light by sharing it with the world. Inhale gratitude for every possible thing in your life or lives. Exhale gratitude. Keep expressing it. Remember, no gratitude is too much. Life is a miracle. Life is a giver. Life is an inward journey. Let's go deep within to analyze, understand our truest, deepest being. We are free to be ourselves. We are free to express what we desire. We are free from all problems because there are no problems. There are questions in our mind, but we know that they'll be very well answered. All we have to do is ask the question from our subconscious mind, knowing, believing that the answers are going to follow, and they will be for the best, highest self for you. Let's involve ourselves into this inward journey by giving us a pat on the back, by realizing that we are here as a person in progress, as a person who's having a deeper dive ever so often, realizing his or her worth every single day. In order to be whole, we must accept all of ourselves. So let your hearts open and make plenty of room in that for all parts of yourself. The parts that you're proud of, the parts that embarrass you, the parts you reject, the parts you love, all of you as a whole. Let your heart have place for all of you because you are beautiful with your imperfections. This is all about you. They all are you. You are beautiful. We all are beautiful. When your heart is full of love for yourself, then you have so much to share with others. Let this love now fill your room and radiate out to all the people you know. Mentally, put the people you care about in the center of your room so that they can receive your love from your overflowing heart. See your loved ones in the center of the room where you're seated right now. Feel your love flowing to them so beautifully, so easily. Now, see the child in each one of these people dancing as children dance, skipping, shouting, jumping, turning into somersaults and cartwheels, filled with exuberance, filled with exuberant joy, expressing all the best of the child within. And let your inner child go and play with these little children. Let your child dance. Let your child sing. Let your child feel safe and free. Let your child be all that it ever wanted to be, free of attachments, free of stress, just living a life of fun, or where this child's soul is jumping with joy and glee. How wonderful! You are perfect, whole, and complete, and all is well in your wonderful world. All you have to do is go within, find your inner child, have a beautiful conversation, knowing that your subconscious mind, namely your soul, has your back. So let yourself be converted into a child that knows that I am safe and secured. Grow into that being. Find your hidden being. Go deeper and deeper and deeper and find the jewels, the pearls of wisdom and follow them. They say, follow your heart. So please do that because that's well is intuition, a hunch, a gut feeling, or a guidance. Whatever you want comes to you very easily. All you have to do is ask, believe, and receive. And so it is. Let's bow down our heads in gratitude towards Mother Earth. Dearest Janani Janmabhoomi, my planet Earth, my Mother Earth, thank you for giving me such beautiful qualities every morning, every day, every night. I am evolving into a better version of myself because I'm no longer judging myself or others. I'm no longer criticizing myself or others. I embrace myself and others as they are, which is whole and complete. Thank you for empowering me with this knowledge. I'm truly grateful forever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And dear Mother Earth, thank you for allowing my roots to grow in you more deeper. I feel more solid, more stable, more grounded, more rooted because I know I'm here for good. Now you can put your eyes on the eye level. Your head can be comfortably placed on your neck. No more straining. And just Thank your past life or lives. Whatever experiences you had were important for your soul. So thank them. Thank your present right now, where you're learning to grow and evolve and you're happy about it. Thank your future, because your future is glorious. It's magical because you are creating it the way you want, with no filters, no fears. You only expand on what you want right now, and tomorrow it'll manifest. Now you can spread your hands towards heavens above. Dear heavens above, my universe, thank you for having our backs. Thank you, angels and guardians, for protecting us, guiding us, leading us. We believe in you. Thank you, divinities, for always being there for us, blessing us with your ever flowing world of blessings. Now expand your angel heart. We are yes people for all goodness. We are open, receptive to goodness, love, and abundance in the universes. We are love. We are light. And we share our light. Now fold your hands in front of your heart, rub them together, energize your conscious subconscious. Thank you for restructuring, reprogramming, unlearning, and learning, dear mind. I love you. Thank your beautiful face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears. Thank your wonderful neck. Thank your wonderful shoulders, your arms, your upper chest, your lungs, your heart. Now you can go back to your backside, upper back, spinal cord, middle back, lower back, your hips. Touch your liver, touch your stomach, your intestines, gallbladder, kidneys, uterus, sexual organs, excretory organs, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, soles, and gently come back in front of your heart again. Fold your hands. Thank your trillions of cells in the body, the blood circulation system, muscles, tissues, glands, bones, and skin. Thank you, body, for working on your optimum best. Thank you for leaving and discarding all diseases, excess weight, trashy thoughts, or anything which is unrequired by me. I'm not judging whether my thoughts are good or bad, but I know that my higher self knows what is not good for me will just leave me. It'll be guided. But I also know that my conscious mind is partnering. So I use the world of affirmations and gratitude. And I see the change in my life. So thank you, dear body, for giving me this positive energy. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I share my love and my affection with my Sangha, their loved ones, and every possible being on Mother Earth. Love, light, and blessings, Yashvi, Karishma, Niriksha, Pooja, Prakash and Jigisha, Sapna, Rigo and Naveen, Nitin, Yanji Usha ji, Pratima ji, Nisha, Archana, Sangeeta, Nehal, Shubhra, Shilpa, Asmeet, Ritu, Sakshi, Neha, Mudita, Aditi, Rajiv and Payal, Badri, Rima, Mitu and Sakshi, Akshay and Ankita, Shivangi, Rohini, Radhika, Disha, Anika, Ruchika, Nikita, Siddharth and Manna, Prachi, Sanya, Garima and Gaurav, Kripa, Neelam, Amit, Yuvi, Parul, Prashant, Shruti, Jitendra ji, Peena ji, Harpreet, Richa, Sunita, Veena, Seema, Neha, Richa Sachdev, Rashi Sharma, Shivani, Shelly, Alifya, Bharatbhai, Kavita, Chandra, Radhika, Ankur, Shalu, Sakshi Surekha, and to everyone whose cameras are off. Lots of love, light, and blessings. Thank you, Sanjay sir, for a magical morning. Thank you, Amrita, for the assignment sharing. Thank you, Ritesh sir. Thank you, Shweta. Any questions or any reflections? If at all, you can raise your hands. Otherwise, of course, tomorrow morning we are seeing each other at 5. So all I have request is, if you listen to the session, please start sharing with yourself your learnings. Start evolving and growing. सिर्फ सुनना नहीं है, करना भी है. Otherwise, we will not be able to grow. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I believe there's no sharing, and that's absolutely perfect. So thank you so much. Let's see each other tomorrow morning at 5. Until then, stay safe. Lots of love, light, and abundance. Have a wonderful day.